Gautam Adani, who was just 4 days back fourth richest person in the world, is now down to seventh richest person. So what is going on in the market? Why did Adani stocks fall all of a sudden? What is the Hindenburg report and the Hidenburg research that is all going on in the market? Now in this video I won't be giving any kind of personal opinions, but rather will just keep it educational. Do let me know if there are any additional points that you want to talk about in the comment section below. Okay, so let's start with what is exactly Hidenburg research and why are people now talking about it. So Hidenburg research, on its website they've listed themselves as looking for man-made disasters such as account irregularities, mismanagement and all of these other things. So what they basically do is analyze companies, see if any of these companies have some irregularities, and then they short sell these companies in order to make profits. But then what is short selling? How do they make profits out of this particular information? So what they basically do, say for example, if Adani shares are trading at 1000 rupees, they will sell these stocks at this point, they will sell it for 1000 rupees and then they will buy it at a later stage when the stock prices fall. So say for example it falls to 900 rupees, they will make a profit of 100 rupees on top of these stocks. So that is how short selling works. But you might be asking, okay Ali, I went to my brokerage app, say for example Zerodha, Grow or whatever app that you're using, there is no option for short selling. So these things actually happen in the FNO market, which is the futures and options market. That's where you can do all of these things. Okay, so let's go over all the news that is out there. I have taken down all the prominent news and highlighted them for you guys, so make sure to watch this video till the end. You would understand everything that is currently going on. So the first thing that I want to point out is the Hidenburg research and what is currently happening with the Adani Group, right? So over here you can see that the Hidenburg research report that was published, it actually sparked a $51 billion sell-off in the shares of his group of companies. So there are a bunch of Adani companies that are currently out there and all of them have had a major sell-off in them. So right now Gautam Adani, he has shifted from being the third or the fourth richest person to now being the seventh richest person in the world. So that's what it's talking about. Let's go down and let's analyze what it's actually saying. So over here let's talk about what Hidenburg is and how did it actually start and what does it do generally. So Hidenburg was actually founded in 2017 and this basically what it does is forensic financial research. Now in simple terms, it basically analyzes all the wrongdoings and frauds and scams at companies around the globe and then it takes market bets against them. So it short sells all of these companies which are anyways going to go down, and that is what it basically does. So last week a report from Hidenburg research was against Gautam Adani's entire business, which was the Adani Group of companies, and just by publishing this report they actually sparked a $51 billion sell-off in his shares. So you can already see that Hidenburg research is a well-reputed company and whatever bets that they've taken in the past, most of them have come out to be true. So let's go down and let's talk about other things as well. So now let's talk about the companies that they've identified in the past and if they were really successful in doing that. So Hidenburg's past targets include Lordstone Motor Corps, Kandi, Nikola Motor Company and a lot more. And all of these, if you see, they are not just from US, they are from China, they are from Colombia, and now Adani Group of companies, which is now from India. So were they successful in identifying these irregularities? Let's look at Lordstone Motor Corps for example. So over here I've taken down the Lordstone Motor Corps stock price and let's just go to 3 years now. And over here you can see it was trading at around 25-26 in 2021 and after that it had a major fall. Right now it's trading at $1.25, so it was almost a 90+% drop in its stock prices. So they were successful in identifying a lot of targets like this and they were able to make a lot of profit from it as well, because so what they did was they sold Lordstone Motor Corp stocks when it was at its all-time high, and then they later bought it at a very discounted price. So that's how they make profits out of the market. Now the next thing that I want to talk about is the founder, right? Who has founded Hidenburg Research? So it is actually 38-year-old founder Anderson, who lives in Jerusalem right now. Now before Hidenburg, he had worked with Harry Markopolos. Now Harry Markopolos is the one who actually flagged Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme. If you don't know about this, I would highly recommend you to just search his name up and you would get a lot of videos about this. So basically it was a Ponzi scheme, it was a pyramid scheme wherein a lot of people lost their money. So they had actually flagged this before it went down. So there are multiple such companies that they've targeted in the past which actually proved out to be a huge scam and people lost a lot of money through them. So now let's go over to what will happen when Adani stocks actually fall down. So what if they are correct, and what if Adani stocks fall down? What is the risk to you? And let's talk about all of those things. So over here I've pulled out LIC SBI savings at risk amid Hidenburg report on Adani. So what this basically means is LIC is one of the few companies who have invested a lot in Adani Groups. Just to understand how much they've invested, let's just look at this particular shareholding pattern. So LIC's shareholding currently is 4.323% in Adani Enterprises, 9% in Adani Ports, and these you can currently see. So over here you can see that the maximum amount of exposure that LIC has is in Adani Ports, and all these companies have currently gone down because of the report that was published. So that is why LIC and SBI, they've both gone down by significant percentages over these last few days. Now next up I want to talk about what is Hidenburg talking about all of these things. Of course they published their report, but what is their response to Adani? Over here they've actually listed every single thing. So they've come out with a 106 page which is a 32,000 word report, and this report was actually prepared for over 2 years. They've researched every single thing, and Adani's group of companies have also threatened legal action against Hidenburg Research. So what are they saying about this? That they are fully standing by their report and any legal action against them would be meritless. So they are quite confident with their reports, and that is what they have to say in response to Adani taking a legal action against their company. Okay, so we've talked about all of these things, but what will be the impact to not just the companies in the stock market but also to you? What will retail investors be facing over here? So over here you can see that they've actually listed all the resident individuals in Adani companies. So these are all the companies that are owned by Adani, and now over here you can see the percentage resident individual. What this means is the retail investors like you and me who have an exposure of their portfolio in these companies. So currently NDTV has over 18% exposure to retail investors. That amounts to over 64,000 people who have invested in NDTV, and so on and so forth. Currently the biggest exposure in terms of number is sitting in Adani Powers. If Adani Power falls, there would be a huge chaos in the stock market and a lot of people would be losing money. Approximately over 1.4 million people would be losing money. So that is where it stands at this point, and let me know in the comment section below what you think about Adani Group of companies. Is it overvalued? We can all agree it is overvalued, but do you think you would be investing in Adani Group of companies any further? Do you have any kind of exposure to any of these companies? And if so, what would you be doing next? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd be happy to check all of your comments and will be replying to each one of them. So bye bye, see you in the next video.